Welcome to Nguyen Nam Podcast channel. One of the most stressful parts of being a new puppy owner is having to leave your puppy home alone. We wouldn't leave our new baby home alone, so why should we leave our new puppy? For the most part, you always try to find someone to watch your puppy, but there are times when no one is available. And if that happens, we worry about our puppy being lonely or frightened and cringe at the thought of them whimpering in sorrow. What if the puppy gets hurt? Will the pup be forever traumatized if I leave it alone for a few hours? Will the pup make a mess? Will its barking and whimpering annoy the neighbors? Will the neighbors think I am an irresponsible pet owner? Should I just stay home? With the proper planning and structure, you will be able to leave your puppy at home with minimal fear and worry. This podcast will introduce you to some secret weapons that will make leaving your new pup home virtually worry-free. First things first, before even bringing a new puppy home, you should take the time to create a detailed puppy plan that includes lists of things you need, lists of vets in your area. You also need to make sure that your schedule can accommodate the time necessary to care for a new pup. Ideally, you should only bring your puppy home after it has been properly weaned by its mother. The longer your pup can nurse on its mother, the better. Maternal nursing will help your pup enjoy better health as well as better mental development. First, create a designated puppy area. A properly planned out puppy area is crucial for the safety of your puppy, especially if you have to leave the puppy unattended. The area should be in a part of your house that is cozy and free from wind drafts and fluctuating temperatures. It is best to place your puppy in an area that is easy to access and in close proximity to you and your family members. Your puppy just recently had to separate from its mother and littermates, so it wouldn't want to be in an area that is too quiet and far from human contact. Step 1. The boundaries. The most important aspect of your puppy's new space is its boundaries. The boundaries should be solid and essentially puppy-proof. Make sure the puppy cannot climb out of it, under it, or through it. Ensure that whatever you use as a boundary is safe to use around puppies. There should be no sharp edges or small loose pieces that your pup could potentially ingest. Step 2. Safe area. Your new puppy needs a space to feel secure, warm, and comfortable. For its bed, you can use a soft fleece blanket, or better, a flat doggy bed with a blanket over it for additional softness and comfort. Your puppy will really appreciate it if you add some furry stuffed animals on its bed to snuggle and keep warm with. Step 3. Potty area. New puppies go potty a lot, so make sure you begin potty training as soon as possible. Keep the potty area separate from the sleeping and eating area so your pup does not get confused with all the various smells going on. Puppy pads are great potty training aids and absorb the liquid much better than plain newspaper. Like diapers, puppy pad costs do add up, but thankfully will no longer be needed once your puppy is able to go potty outside. Step 4. Feeding area. Your puppy's feeding and water area should always be kept clean and dry. Try to have this location set up in a low-traffic part of the pen. You don't want accidental water and food spills to soil your pup's bed. Once you have a safe and comfy puppy pen, the task of leaving your puppy home alone will be so much easier. Now that you have finished creating a puppy area, you can start planning. When you know you need to leave your puppy home alone, pre-planning is essential. The more time you have to plan your anticipated departures, the better. You also need a quick exit plan for times when something urgent suddenly pops up and you have no time to plan your absence. First, your pre-planning checklist should include: communicate with family and friends who live close by who can help you and your puppy. Notify building manager that you have a pet living in your apartment. Write down phone numbers and addresses of the closest veterinarians and pet emergency centers. Give an extra house key to someone you trust, or install a lockbox on your door. Step 2. Scheduled departures. Knowing the exact time frames of your absence from your puppy will allow you efficiently plan your departure and absence. The amount of time you can leave your puppy unattended depends on a number of variables, including the puppy's age, health, and the pup's customization to being alone. You cannot leave a very young puppy alone for long. They have just been separated from their mother and fellow littermates, and leaving them unattended could cause harm to their emotional and mental health. Young puppies also need to be fed much more often. It is best to start slowly and only leave your puppy for short periods of time. As your pup grows older and becomes more accustomed to your absence, you can then extend your time away. Step 3. 1 to 2 hours before leaving. About an hour or so before leaving, relentlessly tire your puppy out with lots of play and exercise. The play and exercise session will help your pup release a lot of energy and put your pup in a positive state of mind. After the session would be a great time to give your puppy a short training lesson with basic commands such as sit and stay. Your puppy has already burned off excess excitement, and the exercise should stimulate the brain to be more receptive to learning. Your puppy should be pooped out and hungry by now. Feed your puppy its normal meal and clean up after. Hopefully, it will do its business soon thereafter so you can clean that up as well. Soon, your puppy will be very sleepy and ready for a nap, and you can finally get ready to leave. And finally, I'll talk about the secret weapons. So up to this point, we have covered a good overview of the basics of preparing your puppy to be left unattended safely. Now it's time for the real juice of the podcast, tips and tools that will really help you and your puppy when you must be apart. Number 1 tool, pet video monitoring. By far, having a video monitoring system for your puppy is my best tip. The advanced technologies and capabilities of these new cameras are pretty spectacular. Granted, it will some technical savvy and know how to set these up, but the end results are more than worth it for your peace of mind. With a properly set up puppy camera, you can monitor your puppy from wherever you are. You just need to have access to the internet either via a smartphone, tablet, or computer. Now you wouldn't need to dread wondering if your puppy is safe and sound. In addition to basic video monitoring, some camera systems feature two-way communication. Number 2 tool, a fuzzy cuddle buddy. Dogs are very social animals, and your puppy was most likely brought into this world with other furry littermates. You can mimic these litter mates with a few stuffed animals placed in your puppy's sleeping area. For bonus points, you can take an old shirt and infuse your smell on it and place it on the stuffed animal. Did you know that in an experiment involving baby monkeys left alone in a room with basically 2 choices, snuggling with a plush toy or food, the monkey always chose comfort over the banana? Now, with your modified stuffed toy, your pup can have a miniature version of you to snuggle up with. Number 1 tip, choosing a pet video camera. The main function of a video camera is good quality visual feedback, which most deliver pretty well. Having a camera that can dispense treats on command is impressive, but not necessary. If you are not tech savvy, you would be better off choosing the easiest monitoring system and avoid any gadget that is overly complicated. A video camera with a two-way communication option is nice, but again not absolutely necessary. You could instead set up your own audible communication setup by simply using your existing telephone and answering system. For example, if you see your puppy tearing into something it shouldn't be tearing into, you can call your phone number and when the answering machine picks up, communicate and reprimand your puppy then. Just make sure the volume of your answering machine is turned up and near to the puppy. Number 2 tip, cancel out white noise. When you leave your pup, turn on the radio or television to block out the lonely white noise of silence. Puppies are naturally used to being around other yappy puppies, so having audio on would provide an additional layer of comfort. Perhaps if your puppy is excited or overly rambunctious, you can program soothing music into its listening repertoire. And if your puppy is mellow or introverted, you can instead program a talk radio station. And congratulations! If you are still listening to this podcast, you made it this long, hopefully with a lot of new knowledge and know-how. You will successfully keep your puppy safe and comfortable while you are away. More importantly, you now know that there is access to tools that will make leaving your puppy home much less stressful and frightening. Thank you for listening to today's episode. I hope it's helpful. See you in the next podcast.